Hello and welcome to the Wandering Wolf. I'm Mark, and with me, as always, my friend and fellow Wolves and England lifer, Mr. Craig Forward. How are you, sir?
How are we, mate? You all right? Good to see you.
Yeah, you too, man. Just come off straight off the game against England and the Czech Republic, a 1-0 win for England, which means we go through as group winners. Which, all said and done, we got the job done in the end, didn't we?
Yeah.
Your face suggests that it was more attritional than it was entertaining.
I'll tell you what, mate. Well, what a difference to the way I was feeling on Friday night about this time.
Yeah,
which was wow, unbelievable. But job done. It's got very much a feel of job done about it. I don't think it was the most convincing. Well, we'll discuss that. But
no, it wasn't.
Having gone 1-0 up so early in the game, it's a shame we didn't go on to capitalise on it and put a few more past them. I thought they were quite poor, really, but we were organised. It was job done, and overall a good performance, and go through as group winners. So all in all, decent. What can't argue.
Yeah, it's interesting, really, because what do we expect as England fans, really? It's I feel as though, as an England fan and as a Wolves fan this season, I think it kind of correlates, because I really, really believe that Gareth Southgate is very similar to Nuno in the way that he sets up his team.
Getting the sack.
Yeah, well, I don't think Southgate will get the sack anymore, because they're through, and they're through as group winners. And fair play. I think we haven't conceded a goal in 3 games. For everybody saying how poor we are defensively, and that was the Achilles heel of going through later on in the tournament. You can't argue with that, really, and we've played a back 4, so
yeah. Oh, mate, I was gutted that Coda didn't get a couple of minutes at the end instead of Mings. I thought he should have come on, really,
mate.
Given that we're already through.
If Sancho's only going to get 8 minutes, Cody's never going to get on, is he?
I know, but I think that was his one and only chance, wasn't it? I think that's it.
Yeah, I think what we're
if he didn't come on tonight.
Yeah, he ain't coming on. It's not as if he's a forward that, if we're losing, he comes on. The only way Connor Cody's going to get on now is if we have 3 centre halves that get injured straight away.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame.
Struggling.
That was his chance, unfortunately.
It was. I thought the first 30 minutes, I thought we played really well.
Oh, we did. We did play really well.
Yeah.
Do you know what? When we pass it quickly and attack and get forward and use the width, it's amazing, how dangerous we can look, but we don't score enough goals, do we? It's weird, really.
Well, we're not conceding now, and I think going forward, we're either going to play. We might play Hungary if some ridiculous result happens, but it's either going to be Germany, Portugal, or France in the last 16, which is mind-numbingly hard, considering that Wales went through second and they've got Denmark in the last 16. I don't know where this works, but it seems that we've been shafted a little bit here.
Well, I'll tell you what. Obviously, it's great if you've not had the best tournament or whatever, and that you can qualify. But it just seems too much. I wasn't 100% sure of all the permutations earlier.
I know you said to me that we might go out, and I was like, mate, we're already through. Don't worry.
Well, I heard you just before kickoff, didn't I? I was like, what the hell? Yeah. We're already through. That takes all the. I said to you, it's fantastic we're through, but also it's like, the game. That's what it's all about. The game, you qualify, win. You've got to do well. If
you've only got to win one game in the group, then I don't think that's right, man. I put this out on Twitter earlier. It's like, what would you like? I would prefer a bigger competition. If they want to keep it as the last 16, why don't they do 32 teams. The top 2 in each group qualify for the last 16. Like, and it takes all these stupid permutations of, like, you know, goal difference and all that stuff.
But that's what it should
be.
There's a group for a reason. You play each other.
Yeah.
The top 2 go through. That's it.
That's why I don't think like a full on knockout would work either. Like, you know, I don't think that's fair. I think the group stages work, but the permutations within the group need to be the top 2 need to go through. It's like, it makes sense. What did you think of Harry Kane's performance tonight?
I thought he's quiet, man. He looks to me like he's playing. I don't suppose he has, because he definitely wouldn't have played. But he just looks like he's playing with a knock to me, or he's playing with something going on. But I understand why he's playing, because he only needs sort of, you know, that one chance, and he knows where the net is, and he did have a couple of chances tonight, to be fair, but it just looks a bit. I don't know. He just looks like he hasn't got that bit of bite that we need, and I did think at one point, you know, Calvert-Lewin must be sat on the bench thinking, "Get me on." You know, if that was me, I'm thinking, "Get me on." You know, it's not like he's performed poorly this season. He's had a great season.
I don't rate him though. I don't think. I think that the standard between Kane and then the next forward is vast. Like, considering like Kane as being like our number 1 and our captain for so long. Like,
well, given the way he's played over the last couple of matches.
No, I get.
Do you not think?
I get it. I do get it. And if this was, to be honest, if this wasn't the last group game, this group game, I thought if Kane was going to not play, it was going to be this one. Yeah. Considering that we'd already gone through.
Well, once I found out we were through from you about 2 minutes before. It did make sense, really. Although it's just confidence thing. He needs a goal, doesn't he? But unfortunately, he hasn't got it. So you know, I'd have probably. Look, I'm sat here and not England manager.
Well, so. I think this is really bad. Like, because I keep on going on Twitter, and like the negativity towards the England team is off the scale, man. Like, we haven't conceded a goal in 270 minutes. I know. You know, like, and Scotland are like, they've won the 0-0 cup.
I know,
but you know, I just don't understand like where all the negativity. I know that we're a defensive team. I know we've got a lot of great players going forward, but he started Grealish. He started Saka. Like, Grealish and Saka were brilliant. I think they've probably played their way into the starting 11 for the next game. That's what I personally think. But
I've got to be honest, mate. I was one of them. After Friday, I was absolutely savage. Yeah. You know, I know that's my own fault. I got so up for it on Friday all day. And, you know, at work and everything, you're absolutely buzzing for the game and can't wait for 8 o'clock to come round and to get in the pub, and it's all like, Friday night, 8 o'clock. And to get given what we got was...
Are you looking for more attacking play? Are you looking for more adventure? Are you looking like I get it. Like, I'm playing devil's advocate here. I'm absolutely on your side. Like, I want to see us play more expansive football. But
I mean, we should never have been worried about tonight's game having played Scotland second. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
I know, but maybe I'm giving him a lot of credit here. But maybe Southgate is looking towards the next game and thinking this is the way we're going to have to play to get result against these teams. Because if you're playing a Germany, the Germany that played Portugal and absolutely spanked them, if you're playing them, then we've got a problem. We've got to play this more like subdued game, even at Wembley. I think that all those 3 teams, like Portugal, France and Germany, they're going to have a lot more of the ball than what we're going to have, and they've got. I don't think they've got better players necessarily than us. I just think the way Gareth Southgate sets his teams out is to not lose, and to not lose and to not concede, and which is a shame really, because like our attacking players we've got at our disposal are crazy.
I suppose you can't argue, like you said, with 3 clean sheets.
Yeah, that wins tournaments, mate. Like the defence wins tournaments at the end of the day. I know, like everybody says, you've got to score football. Yeah, you have, but against these bigger teams that are coming, you need to be defensively switched on.
But you also need to score goals.
Yeah, but Harry Kane was doing that. But you know,
with our firepower available to us and the way we can do it, we've got to be scoring. If something's not quite right, he can't continue to display it because.
Well, Raheem Sterling scored 2 goals. He didn't do much else, but he didn't. But he gets there and he does his job. Like Gary Lineker didn't play well in most of the England games that he played, but he was at the right place at the right time. And if that's what Sterling's going to be doing, then maybe Sterling's taking over Harry Kane's mantle. You know.
Well, we'll see. If he scores, if he bags in the next round, we'll all be loving him, won't we? Again. So.
Exactly. It's like, God, we're so fickle. Like, God, what a question this is. Who do you want in the last 16? Well, if I'm being totally honest, I think I want Portugal.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I do. Okay. Because I think you can score goals against Portugal. They're good going forward, but I think defensively, we know their defence, and we know. So
you choose to face Ronaldo, Jota, et al. And
when you start reeling them off, I'm kind of going back on my word. But I think
name France, name Germany.
Exactly.
You don't want Germany for a fact.
I don't want Germany because they always beat us, and they will again. I don't want France either. France for me, other than Italy, who are my picks to win the tournament, they are by far them, Belgium, and Italy for me, and the Dutch as well. Like we keep reeling these teams off.
The Dutch are performing so well.
But it's okay to perform well in the group stages. Like if you win a game in the group stage, you're through. Like it's knockout football now, and I think we've done the right thing of going top of our group, because I think Wembley, 100%. When it's only going to be half full, but it's going to be all England, and I think we're going to need that. We are going to need that going forward. So for me personally, a few people have said. What have they said? Oh God! Ryan said, what's he said, mate?
Germany at Wembley would be class, which
only if we win, Ryan.
But again, that's got a feel of Friday to it, where we spend all day buzzing, like Germany, and then lost 3-0.
Yeah, we ain't gonna lose 3-0. I really believe. Well, who else has said the vinyl revival? Who did he say? Sorry,
Portugal. Portugal.
Oh, he wants Portugal. And Dutchy TV, what does he say? Lost count of the times we took corners and within 3 passes ended back at Pickford speed. I know.
There is a big element to that actually, but we've got the job done, haven't we? It's hard to argue with it really.
Gareth Southgate.
There was a lot of time wasted in that today.
As much as we give him grief, he knows how to get us out of groups. He just knows. Like, it's boring. It's boring to watch. But would you rather be like Scotland, who, plucky old Scotland, who have absolutely got spanked tonight by Croatia, who we kind of beat in third gear?
Yeah. Well, Dutchy TV is said it's great to keep clean sheets, but it does seem we're playing with the handbrake on. I tend to agree with that, but all I'd say on that is, like, I think it's a different style that you need now. The group stage is one thing, and that's done. Now we move into the real deal.
The business end, isn't it now?
The handbrake's coming off.
It's a good one from AB. Yeah. Have you ever seen Southgate and Nuno in the same place? You know what, mate? It's complete. It's what I said at the beginning. I really do think they're cut from the same cloth. It's pragmatics, the nice word for it. boring is the not nice word for it. But I think we'll get away with it against teams like Czech Republic and Croatia and to a certain degree Scotland. But we ain't getting away with it with Portugal, France, or Germany.
So let's just say for a second, right?
Yeah.
That we've got Portugal.
Yeah.
In the next round, right? What changes would you make, or what? Who would you start with, or who stood out for you so far that perhaps didn't play tonight, or
who stood out tonight? Saka's got to start for me.
Well, taking the group phase, what would be your best now to face at Portugal, at France?
Okay. Well, France, I think you play the same team, whoever you play, whether it be Germany, Portugal, or France, because it's going to be a similar situation for me personally. Is it
guaranteed now that we're at Wembley on Tuesday?
Yeah, we are. Yeah. I don't know whether it's 5 o'clock or not. Maybe you can help us in the comments. But like, if 5 o'clock on Tuesday, you're joking. 5 o'clock on Tuesday. What a ridiculously rubbish time to have a football match.
I've definitely got a dentist appointment at 4 o'clock.
2:30.
That's a Chinese dentist.
But I really, really think that you can't change that defence now. Like, what's it done wrong? Like Walker and Shaw. What have they done wrong?
I really liked that tonight, to be fair.
Shaw played well, man. Shaw played really well.
And I said that on Friday, just to get Walker, and both of them down the wings, overlapping, and getting balls into the box. We need to put more balls into the box, definitely. We tend to get so far and start coming back. We need to just keep that attack going and get it in, I think. But I think they were good. It was a shame. I did feel for Mings, to be fair, to get dropped.
I felt sorry for him, actually, because he's done absolutely nothing wrong.
I think, obviously, when you go to a tournament with England, it's kind of expected that, it will get rotated a bit more than, at your club. But, if I was him, I would have been annoyed. But I think, Maguire played really well.
Well, let's do a side that we think Southgate's going to play, because it's completely different to what I'd play. It is, because I think Henderson's starting.
Well, I was going to mention Henderson.
Henderson's definitely going to start.
Different class when he come on tonight for me personally. Absolutely different class.
What? Are you kidding?
No.
It was different class. He was terrible.
He's class. Absolutely brilliant. Are you joking? He was absolutely superb.
How was he?
What did you watch?
I just don't. I don't understand what you. He put the handbrake on.
Are you joking? He just won everything. He just changes the game completely for me. He's class.
Yes, for the worse. I don't think. No. What Spencer said. We have got the team to beat any team. The trouble is that we've got the wrong coach. Interesting. I can't recall us beating any top nation with Southgate. I'm trying to think, actually. It's not a bad. Yeah.
You can only beat what's put in front of you, to be fair.
I know. But he's probably right there, isn't he?
You've probably got to change tactics so many times for so many different teams. It's hard to just say, right, this is my team, this is my formation.
We've got to be.
You have to adapt. We've got
to be more defensive against. It's either that, or he completely changes his whole personality, Southgate, and just goes hell for leather, and
that's what
plays like 9 forward midfielders. The Vinyl Revival. What they say?
So saying I wouldn't change the team personally. Maybe Sancho in. But I wouldn't change much. Foden needs to watch Saka. He ran the show tonight. Saka played so well.
I think that's a real issue here, because we've got Mason Mount to come back as well, haven't we? Is he isolate? Is that going to be 10 days before?
No, it runs out on Monday, I think.
Oh, okay. So he can't, but he ain't going to be able to train, is he?
Well, this is it. Is he though? Is he allowed to train? Because
on his own.
Hell.
Oh, mate. Let's talk.
Let's just have a quick.
Yeah.
I don't want to dwell on it because it's absolute nonsense. But those Scotland players, hugging, you know, you're telling me they didn't celebrate after that game together, and mix, you know, and then to pick 2 players out of our team.
I know.
It just seems like a complete shambles there.
Well, mate, like they're just making the rules.
That's just ridiculous.
It's an absolute. It's a joke.
If he's got COVID, right, that would have been England and Scotland completely out of it. Really.
Yeah.
Or
he was literally getting off with the manager, Steve Clarke, on the pitch, and like nothing. Like that. No, it's fine. It's because they're in a bubble. It's like a bubble of COVID. What? It's like what? Oh, here we go. Let's go for a little bit of Wolves. Oh no, let's do Mitchell first. I think Southgate goes to a back 5. I was going to talk about this. Interesting. Looking forward to Wembley with double the fans.
Yeah.
We can beat anyone at Wembley. That's the spirit, Mitchell. Yes, absolutely. We can beat anyone at Wembley, and he's completely right. I just wish it wasn't either Portugal, France, or Germany in the last 16.
I tell you what, any of those teams is going to be a tasty game, isn't it?
It's going to be a fantastic game, actually. I give us more of a chance against Portugal than the other 2, personally.
It's just whether we can, you know, the only thing with Portugal is they've got Ronaldo and he can do anything.
And Jota.
It takes 1 second for him to do something ridiculous. And he'd
love to do it on the big stage like that, wouldn't he?
Whereas somebody like France would say, if you keep Mbappe quiet, 1 or 2, you know, keep the defence solid, we've got a chance.
Yeah.
I'd probably want France, mate, to be honest. But
I really think like a back 5's not a bad shout, but
you've got to beat everybody to win anyway.
The back 4's worked really well so far, you know.
It has. I wouldn't go back 5 now, but it's
I wouldn't.
In the day.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. Duchy TV.
Yeah, about the referee. Yeah.
I thought the refereeing has been excellent. Kane falls over and wins free kicks in the Prem. The ref tonight was having none of it. Yes, agreed.
Yeah. It's been fantastic throughout the tournament. Really.
Harry Kane dives more than Tom Daly. He really does. I've never known anything like it in my life. And they talk about a clever play. It's not clever. It's lazy. Get up. A little bit of Wolves news as well, maybe. AB, thoughts on the rumour of the Olympiacos president who's flown to Porto to discuss a deal for Jose Sarr and Ruben Semedo. Now we're talking. Get in there, you little beauty. Both of those. Yes, please, give me more.
Yes, absolutely. But I don't know, it's just speculation, is it, at the moment?
It is at the moment, but, you know, Jorge Mendes doing Jorge Mendes things. Well, Uncle George doing things.
I'm quite happy for Patricio to go, to be honest. I think he's
Me too, mate.
His times. You know, he's done well. It's one of them. If he does go, great. He's done fantastic. And if he stays, right?
I think...
one more season.
I think, do they want to get rid of him because of the wages? Because I don't think, like,
what? I don't know.
Or do they just want to get rid of him for a little bit more money because he's got
you have to replace him like for like anyway?
Yeah, it's bizarre. Like, because I heard that Roma are walking away from the deal now. So
yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, but
we're going to have about 7 goalkeepers.
I don't always get the wage bill thing because surely you've got to replace them like for like to progress or better.
Yeah, but like if they're a younger version, and like Sarr, he's like the 3rd choice keeper. He ain't going to be on the same wages as Rui Patricio, who's like got over 100 caps for Portugal. Well, I know what you're saying. Yeah. He could get there to that, but Ruben Semedo, yes, get him in. Diego Costa. Get him in.
Yes. Well,
I'm only joking. Actually, I'm not.
Really? Well, I was going to talk to you about this because when it got mentioned, was it January? Maybe. Last summer. It was January.
Yeah.
And I was just. I was
buzzing then, but he's another like 6 months older.
But I was against it then, and I was thinking, no, that's not what we needed. He's too old, and it's not the right move for us. But actually, do you know what? After what we saw last season, get him in. I would love to see him. Just
Costa and Jimenez up front.
Doing Costa things down the Molineux. Wow.
Yeah. Costa and Jimenez up front. My God, that is just saying that is making me happy.
I can't see it. I think that one is a bit more.
Yeah, it's a bit pie in the sky that, but
yeah,
you never know. Weirder things have happened. Let's go back to England, and let's go. Shrewsbury Wolf. Going back to Southgate and Nuno, were they on copycats? I don't think they were, because they're very similar. They are very similar, yes. I don't. We did have a few people on the show, but never one that looked like Nuno Espirito Santo.
So what's the latest for Nuno the last couple of days? Because last time we spoke, he was sort of travelling up and down the country trying to get
pitching his tent up somewhere, isn't he?
Yeah.
I agree with Michael there. Can't see Costa signing. His wages will be sky high. Yeah, that's another thing that jars with me. To be fair, if we're trying to cut the wage bill, and we're not, apparently we're not buying Vitinha and Ait-Nouri.
Yes, I was going to come on to that. Yeah.
What's happening? Surely we've got to go for them.
Well, apparently the deadline to sign Ait-Nouri, did that expire yesterday or today maybe? And we haven't acted on it at 20 million.
They're getting contradiction. There's contradiction with the stories.
Okay.
And it's a tricky one because I know Tim Spears came out with saying that we're not looking to activate the clause because we weren't that happy with I think it was Vitinha's performances. I think Ait-Nouri, he was a really good addition. I thought.
Yeah, but I thought he was definitely.
I thought it was a shoo-in for us to sign, but
if we don't sign Ait-Nouri, who are we going to sign? Because
that's it. Yeah.
We've got to start the process again, or our eye on someone, or
I just think we're going to go shopping at Benfica, aren't we?
Yeah.
Bruno Lage, he's annoyed. He's annoyed them already, hasn't he? He's like, we're after a few of their players, their young lads.
Do you think he could have walked in on day, his first week and gone, these options that we've got, Vitinha, Ait-Nouri, etc., they're not for me, or I've watched them closely and I don't want them, or
who knows, mate? The only way we're going to know what's going on is after the Euros. I think a lot of business is going to happen after this championship, because I think what was that? Was it a Vinyl Revival says Bruno wants physical players to beef up the squad? Yeah, because we're lacking in that respect, aren't we? We are a bit lightweight. When you look at Matinho, Neves, he's not exactly, a muscly guy. He gets beaten to the ball quite a lot. So you're probably right there. But who knows what's going to happen? The old Barcelona thing with Adama Traore.
You took the words out of my mouth. I was just about to say, thank goodness. Somebody is daft enough out there to. To take him on, and he could do it. I'm not saying he can't do a job. He can, but let's get him away from. Well,
I'll tell you what. If we can do some what did they say in that question and answer session? They said they need to be. What was it? They need to not. I don't know. They need to think outside the box with the signings.
Okay.
And this might be one of them where we get a couple of their Barcelona players, which would suit me down to the ground, and then a little bit of money, and Traore goes away.
Yeah, well, I got an actual good funny story for you, right? And this is true. I was in the pub on Friday watching Scotland.
That's already funny to me.
It's a great story. And there's a chap in there, and he agreed with me, and he was like, "Look, I've seen your show, and you're absolutely spot on with what you say about Troy, right?" So anybody out there, I thought I was alone. There's people out there that agree with me, and it was amazing.
I don't think they're in the majority. I just don't see it. But
there's plenty out there. plenty out there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, back to England. Let's talk about England, where we can all get on board with this. I think that the starting 11 for the game against Portugal, Germany, France, whoever, will be the same. The same, I think, will be Pickford in goal, obviously. Maguire, Stones. I don't think we'll play back five, so it'll be Walker, and it'll be Shaw.
Is that our strongest?
Personally, yeah, I think so. Out the 3 games that I've seen, don't get me wrong. I thought that Kieran Trippier did all right in his first game, but I just think that back 4. If I look at it,
the most solid.
Yes, and that's what we need.
And the most attacking. Well.
And I also think that.
But it's such a shame for Reece James, and they just won the Champions League, and then they can't get
Reece James. I don't think he played very well against.
He didn't. But there's a player there, don't you?
Yeah, God, yeah, absolutely. I think Henderson and Rice will be in the middle.
So why do you think Henderson when you don't rate him yourself?
This is what I think that Southgate will do.
Okay.
I play Phillips instead of Henderson because Phillips has not put a foot wrong. But I believe for knockout football, I think that he'll have Henderson in there. Henderson and Rice as midfielders.
That's because Henderson's absolutely class and totally bossed the game when he came on.
Yeah. AB's just said, good lad. Be weird if you were the only idiot in the world, Craig.
But I'm not an idiot, so...
Good lad, AB. Excellent. But
opinions. It's all it is. It's opinion-based game.
They're like bumholes, aren't they? Everyone's got one.
That's right.
The Shrewsbury Wolf. Adama is very good in spells, but most of the time he's useless. Oh, is this your mate?
He's not the only idiot.
But the worst thing about him for me is that he sits on the ground for about a year before getting up and carry on being felled.
Absolutely, he's a joker.
That's actually quite funny.
Well, if he's so class, right, Traore, how come he hasn't got a game with 5 subs in the group stages for Spain?
Yeah, well, he must be not doing very well in training.
He must be injured.
Spain have not done anything, have they?
Maybe in training he does what he does for Wolves in matches, and the manager's decided that's not good enough for Spain. Just maybe. Who knows?
Wow.
Moving on.
Traore hater. So. Where was I? We were talking about the England team. So Henderson and Rice in the middle. I think now this is going to get really fruity because you got Kane up front.
So you drop Phillips you get Phillips out for Rice back in?
No. Phillips out for Henderson. So Henderson and Rice play together.
Yeah. That's what I said. Yeah.
Is that what you said?
That's what I said. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, well, you'd be right then. If that's what you said.
So right hand side.
This is really hard. I think it's either Foden or Saka, isn't it?
Well, for me,
it's got to be Saka.
I hate to say Foden dropped, but my God,
I know.
Saka
Can you imagine dropping Phil Foden? No. But I think you've got to, haven't you? Saka was class.
No Foden, no Grealish. It's
no Grealish. You're playing Sterling instead of Grealish.
Well, let's do yours.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm preempting. I'm sort of guessing what you're going to say next.
Oh God. Okay, Saka. I'd play Grealish, definitely, 100%. Who would I play? Oh, this is really hard. Who would you play in that position? Because I'm running out of...
Oh, God, I'll tell you what. I don't know. Well, it's...
I wouldn't play Sterling, and that is mental.
I thought, yeah, I could see you get sort of going there, but why? You can't do that, can you?
I know. Well, Mitchell has just said... He said, I dropped Sterling.
This one?
Oh no, not that one. But I wouldn't read that one. Agree
go
with Adama Craig, but your view on Henderson tonight, dear me. Thank you, Mitchell. Thank you. He was terrible. He'll start on Tuesday because he's one of Southgate's players. Harsh on Phillips. I thought Maguire was good tonight. He was actually. Maguire was good. He made some really good runs as well, which I think we've missed. Saka, Vinyl Revival. You're completely right. Saka and Grealish have to start.
Yeah, I agree.
But who did?
So Mitchell, I dropped Sterling, but he's the only one who scored in the tournament. That's worrying. Yeah,
it is worrying. So he won't. For me, mate, he won't drop in.
No, he won't. I know what you're saying. 100%.
Oh,
bit of a technical issue.
Somebody's fainted.
But for me, you've got to play him. You've got to, because it's right. He's the only one who scored. You can't take that away from him. You can't start making excuses and saying things away from that. It's what it is.
Can you not play Foden as well?
You can, but are you going to leave out?
So hard. Yeah,
you've got so many good players that could potentially do a job. It's mad, and I think this is one of the reasons I don't think Southgate knows the strongest.
Shrewsbury Wolf has just put their side up. Pickford, Walker, Stones, Maguire, Shaw, Henderson, Rice, Sterling, Mount, Foden, Kane.
It's not going to be Mount for me.
It ain't. Probably because of the COVID thing.
Purely because of that.
Yeah.
Because it's been classed the last 2 games, but it's purely because
Mount, Grealish for Mount, and then, where's just Saka come into it? Instead of Foden, this is the team for me. I'd change Mount for would I?
Grealish.
Yeah, I'd change Mount for Grealish.
It's got to be.
And I would. That's it. I think, isn't it?
That's the team.
I think. Yeah. I think you put Grealish in, but Saka's played really well as well. Do you take Saka over Foden? Yeah. Vinyl Revival. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he says he doesn't know his best 11.
Shrewsbury Wolf again said Saka isn't in the picture. Sancho should be ahead of him. I understand what you're saying, but after tonight, God, he played class tonight.
I think when Saka gets the ball, I feel as though something's going to happen, and I feel the same with Jack Grealish. And I think in games such as the one that we're going to have now in tournament football, you need those players. You need your dependable players like your Henderson. This purely Southgate talking. Henderson, your Maguire. Like the spine of his team is Pickford, Maguire, Henderson, Kane. Like that's his spine of his team, and he wants to play them every single game.
I know what people are saying. Like he's got his favourites.
Yeah,
but like I'm interested to hear more about your views on Henderson, because I know he's got his favourites, but Henderson for me when he came on tonight, on my own, he was utterly brilliant.
Brilliant. Yeah. And he was slow. I just don't get it. I really don't.
Well, agree to disagree.
Yeah. Yes, we certainly will.
I'm amazed that people agree with you.
This is a good one. What are your views on Sancho? What are your views on Sancho? Are United getting ripped off?
Well,
possibly playing 90 million for a player who cannot get near the England starting 11, or is Southgate missing a trick with him? I think a little bit of both, really. Sancho, I think Sancho has done it at a very young age in a very tough league, and he's paying his dues, and he's playing Champions League football. Perhaps Southgate does have his favourites, like Raheem Sterling, Harry Maguire, Marcus Rashford, like all of these players. Like he plays them a lot, and you've got to get into like the click that he's got. Like Jack Grealish, like I don't think he's in there at the moment. I think Southgate thinks he's a luxury player.
Yeah, surely Sancho's stats speak for themselves. He's played in more, top level games than a lot of the players we're talking about.
I don't think United are getting ripped off.
No, they're not.
I don't. I think he'll bring a hell of a lot to United, and I think it's probably one of the players that they're missing, especially if like City get Kane and Grealish, like because you can write off the league straight away.
Really?
Just straight away. Like if they get Harry Kane and Jack Grealish in that Man City team, it's game over. It's absolutely game over. Like they'll win the league in February.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's my view.
So if is that because Kane's going to all of a sudden?
He does it at Tottenham.
Yeah.
If he's like Man City have got much better players than England have.
But the thing that intrigued me with all this was today was with Kane going is that Sterling was one of the players who was going to leave.
Yeah, because he's not getting the game time.
No, wouldn't if you were Kane, wouldn't you want to be keeping players like Sterling?
No, because no. Man City are a different animal, man. The reason why Sterling's not getting into the Man City team is because they have got literally every single position covered with 3 world-class players. Like I can see why Raheem Sterling wants to leave City to get a game because he ain't getting one. He ain't going to get one. That's my personal opinion. It's a tricky one. Vinyl Revival said you need players who can pick up the ball and drive forward in the attack, and Saka does that, and it showed tonight.
He was great tonight going forward, and that's what as fans that's what we wanted to see.
He's got no fear. The problem is when we play a team that are on a different level to the Czech Republic, Croatia, or Scotland, you can have no fear, but you can also have the naivety of being too ruthless and being too attacking. And I think that's the big question that Southgate's going to have, because I think we'll give anybody a game in this tournament, but the problem is that a tournament experience with those young lads, I think he's going to have to play Henderson, and he's going to have to play.
But how much does that come into it? But like you've just said, he's got no fear. He's just attacked.
I think there's a happy medium. There's a happy medium there.
Yeah, probably right.
Yeah, it's like you look at that back 5. Like Pickford, as he's won us a penalty shootout in the World Cup. He's been there, done that. John Stones, the City, Maguire, Man United, like that. I've got no issue with that defence now. Which are you were going to tell me 6 months ago that wouldn't have been that wouldn't have been the issue. The defence, I'd be like, God, are you sure? But yeah, I'm absolutely happy with that defence. Luke Shaw and Kyle Walker, the Man United, the Man City, double act.
Yeah.
Bring it on, absolutely fine with that. It's when we start looking, we've got too many great forwards, which can be a curse, really.
I think, mate, what could be key in the coming games is the substitutions.
Yeah.
Because people are going to be tired. You need to make changes. People have knocks.
Yeah.
For me, I mean, I don't know about you. What do you think about Rashford tonight when he came on? He did a few straight passes.
He's hit and miss. I think it's tricky when you come on at that time when we're pretty much shutting up shop, aren't we? We're playing for a 1-0 there. It's hard. I think he's done some great things for England, but I don't think he starts. He doesn't start in anybody's 11 really. The issue we have is Foden, Mason Mount. Just look at the players. I'm really not fair. Jack Grealish, Sancho, Bellingham.
You've got a feel for Mount because what's happened tonight? Well, what's happened with the COVID?
Yeah.
He's potentially lost out, hasn't he?
I know, yeah.
You know?
That's yeah.
And,
Yeah, I do feel sorry for him over a stupid ruling that is absolute nonsense. But
the bloke, he was on a side that won the Champions League just a couple of weeks ago. To have that in your side is invaluable, and all of a sudden it's looking like you might not. You don't know, but
when you look at the squads, not teams, not the first 11. If you look at the squads, England are right up there. Like, we have got some great, so like Spencer, with all these young players getting great tournament experience, and with experienced players already there, we're on the verge for a fantastic World Cup next year. Well, I absolutely think that. Imagine in a couple of years' time. Well, is it now? Is it next year?
It's
2022.
22.
Oh yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. God, it's like. But another 18 months of these players playing together in an England shirt. I completely agree. I think this might have come. I know we seem to say this every single World Cup or European Championships, but I really do think this might have come just a little bit early for us. But I think I look at I don't know how many people who are actually watching this remember the 2002 World Cup in South Korea. Like, that's the best squad I've ever seen for England. Like, that's the golden generation, they call it. But I think you look at the players that we've got in this squad in a couple of years. Woo.
Trouble is that's always been our almost. That's our problem, having too many good players, and we're seeing it almost now. It's about having a team and a group of 11 that play well together, whether they're the best or not. What we've always done is you've got your best, pick from every team, and you've got your best 11, and that 11 doesn't always play the best football together.
But just look at,
as we've seen over the years.
Well, just look at a team like Denmark.
And I think that's why it's important for Gareth to find out, if he's going to take us to the World Cup, what is my best formation? What is my best team?
You should know that now, though, shouldn't he? He's coming into the European Championships. I
think he's sport for choice almost. I think he's sport for choice.
We can't give him that. We can't give him that luxury. Like, to be too spoilt for choice. Like, you'd much prefer to be in that position. A vinyl revival. Agreed. It's as if we have a different manager in the World Cup. Though I don't know if Southgate is the right person. Time will tell. Like, I think if we lose in the last 16, I think there is a definite, depending on how we lose, if we do lose, I hope we don't lose, obviously. Stop saying we're going to lose, Mark. Stop saying lose. I really think there is, depending on what the result is, for Southgate to go. And that's echoed here. Shrewsbury Wolf, how far do you think we'll actually go unless there's a miracle and Hungary comes second? I can't see us passing the round of 16.
To be honest, when it gets to this stage, anything can happen.
It's an absolute lottery. It's a lottery. I hope they've been practicing the penalties, because I think that's going to come into play as well.
Yeah, but anything can happen in the next round.
Would you rather us come second? Would you rather us come second? I think Sweden in the next round. But then France in the quarters. So it's like our side of the draw is absolute garbage.
I think psychologically now, and the media focus on it, we've won the group.
Yes.
And
we haven't conceded a goal.
Yeah, because you've got to forget Scotland.
Not a problem.
Immediately. We've not conceded a goal, and we've won the group. Bring it on, whoever you are.
Yeah,
but that's how you should be looking at it, really.
Yeah, I think you've got to have that sense of it's arrogance, isn't it? Really, I think you've got to have that, because the French have it.
That killer instinct.
The French have it. The Germans have it. Yeah. Like the Italians think they can beat anyone. Like the Dutch, I would imagine. The Dutch, for me, man, God, going forward, they are absolute They are mustard, man. They are.
Nobody's really mentioned them, have they?
No, and that suits them down to the ground. Like I really, you've got to play the bigger teams anyway. So just as in the end, you'd face bigger teams in the latter stages anyway. So show no fear. Yes, I completely agree. If we want to win this tournament, we're going to have to beat a team like France or Germany.
The best teams early on.
Yeah, and then
you've got to beat them anyway.
Dutchy TV's, like you said, an interesting thing there. Do you think France, Portugal, or Germany will be happy to face us? Probably not. Probably not, because we're playing at Wembley.
I think Germany will.
Germany like playing us anyway. But I don't think France or Portugal would like to play us. I don't think. I really don't.
I think France. For me, when you think of other nations like that, I think France would have a belief within their squad that they will win this tournament, and that we're just another person. We're just another team to put aside.
Well,
I don't think we've got that.
No, we haven't. No, we've got trepidation, but I think that's a fan thing, because like France have won the World Cup, like Germany have won the World Cup and the European Championships. Portugal have won the European Championships. Yeah, about 1,000 years ago. But
I don't think you can live in the past. It's just more of a.
No, I mean recently.
Yeah, it might be a fan thing. But I just personally think in that group of French players now, we go, England, great. Whereas we'd be going, oh my God, France. Oh gosh, Mbappe. I'm going to keep him quiet.
I'm one of those. I'm one of those people. Mbappe against any of our defence, I am literally. You need a 20-yard head start.
Yes.
Against him, he's just ridiculous. The more I think about it, I really, 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 really hope we play Portugal. Because I just can't. I don't want to play Germany, and I don't want to play France.
So I'd rather play France over Mbappe.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mate.
Now I think I know Ronaldo looks after himself and stuff, but Mbappe is coming up to his prime, and Ronaldo's past his prime. Do you not think?
Did you not see him sprint the entire length of the pitch to score?
I get that. Like Ronaldo is incredible and one of the greatest players that has ever been. But I think I would rather play a team that is aging. This is fair? I think there is aging rather than a team that is still on the up. And I believe that Portugal and Germany fit the aging bill more than France. I think France have got a better team now than what they did when they won the World Cup, which is like staggering to me, really.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So Spencer said, I'd rather play the bigger teams in the last 16, as the German / Portugal will be more up for it in a semi-final than the last 16. I don't know about that.
I think they're gonna be up for it anyway.
Yeah, I think England at Wembley.
Yeah, I think it can be counterproductive us being at home. I think because if we've seen the fans get on the back of our players.
I agree. I don't personally go in for all this. We've got to play at Wembley. We need to make sure we do this to play at Wembley nonsense, because I don't think that always helps. To be honest.
That's interesting. Go to Shrewsbury Wolf, because he said I'd take playing Germany over Portugal. I don't know. We see Germany play against Portugal. It was men against boys. Ronaldo can carry the squad. Germany don't have that sort of player. Plus, if England can't get pumped up to play Germany, they never will be for any game. Fair.
I get where he's coming from, definitely. And I don't think Germany are the Germany of past tournaments at the moment.
They are still Germany.
I was saying that after their first group game, and then look what happened the next. So
yeah,
you can never say Germany.
But we say this about France. I'm saying this about France. They drew with Hungary. Like nobody's.
It doesn't matter who we get. It doesn't matter who we get. Really, it's you've got to play them anyway. You've got to beat them. That's
it's
it.
90 minutes. It's 90 minutes at the end of the day. And
But
what will happen?
Why do you think we're so negative? Just
We're
purely
English.
on past experiences.
Of course it is.
Because surely it's based on now, and we should be super positive. We haven't conceded a goal. How many teams haven't conceded a goal?
I don't think. Italy.
Because Portugal have, obviously.
Germany
France.
definitely have. France have.
Germany have. So
Belgium have.
You know,
Holland have.
why are we negative? We should be absolutely, saying bring it on.
I really think it's going to be hard either way. But that's why we're in the tournament. Shrewsbury Wolf just wants revenge for 2010. Yes, yeah, me too. Yeah, I still have nightmares about that Lampard goal.
Oh my God! I was going to say, is that the Lampard goal?
So the reason that VAR was invented.
Yes, yeah. Mind you, this tournament, the VAR and the refereeing has been absolutely class for me.
Just shows you, doesn't it? It just shows you. Like the Premier League need to get some better refs. It's not about the equipment; it's about the people implementing the system. And like we've said that all season, haven't we, mate? To be fair, we've been watching the Wolves games.
I think now we've watched it being used brilliantly, and we've watched it being used terribly.
Yeah.
So we know now
it can be used. I still think there's room for like the cameras on the fans, like being told by the referee with the microphone. It's been trialled in like places like Australia and stuff, like in the A-League and that. Why can't it be done in But hey ho. So we'll know very, very soon.
So tomorrow evening, is it? Or are they 5 o'clock tomorrow? I'm not sure.
Let's have a look, shall we?
So then we'll know who we're going to face.
Yes.
And it'll all be confirmed, and we can start
thinking. Big time. I think, yes. It's the Spain group. Look at this group, like, giving us grief about Spain are on 2 points. 2 points out of 2 games. They've drawn their 2. Sweden 4, Slovakia 3, Spain 2, Poland 1. There could be a situation where Spain don't qualify.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell's going on? And then it's France, Germany, Portugal, Hungary. Good God. Yep. So that's going to be.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting evening tomorrow.
God. Yeah.
Just before we finish, I just want to touch on the. I don't know if you watched this last night because there was 2 matches on at the same time, but I watched Denmark, Russia.
Me too.
What a game that was!
There was some absolute thunderbolts from Denmark.
And given everything, the Denmark story, obviously, this tournament, it's one of those games that don't come often too. Yeah. They don't come along too often, and it was just class. I loved it. It was brilliant.
You look at the fans.
That's what it's all about. It was brilliant.
Like the Denmark fans, a full stadium. Just the red and white of all the fans just loving life. And like, it was wonderful. And I tell you what, that Denmark against Wales game is going to be absolutely amazing. Like 2 really equally matched teams, I think. Yeah. I think Wales have got a great chance of getting through,
It's a great game, that is,
It's a great draw for them. It's a great draw for them, yeah. So there's loads of them, mate. And we'll be able to pick the bones out of all the last 16 games. But yeah, always good to chat to you, mate.
Yes.
I think there ain't anything else that you want to.
No, we'll be back, I suppose, once it's all done and dusted in the group stages, and we'll play our next game, and then we'll come on and see what's what, shall we?
All right, matey. Sounds like fun. And we'll talk a bit more about Wolves transfer dealings. Uncle George getting his black book out. Good lad. Fantastic. All right then, matey. Well,
all right, buddy.
Thanks for all your comments. And Join us next time. We've been Wandering Wolf.
See you later.
Nice one.